Bring a pot to the prayer. Faith isn't wishing. It's walking out the door with your umbrella. If you believe the harvest will come, you till the soil today. Stay with Mira's story, and you may never doubt yourself the same way again. In a small village, baked hard by drought, a tailor named Mr. Das stitched quiet lines into cloth while his granddaughter Mira watched from a wooden stool. Months had passed without a drop of rain. The riverbed was a map of cracks, goats nosed dry stones for water, and the wind carried dust like a tired rumor. People measured their days not by time, but by thirst. At last, the villagers gathered to pray. Old men shaded their eyes, and women stood with palms open to the sky. Mr. Das and Mira joined them, whispering the same plea that had lived on every lip for weeks. Let the clouds find us. Let the ground drink. When the prayers ended, the sky stayed a bright, stubborn blue. Mr. Das exhaled, long and heavy, the way a man does when hope and doubt pull on the same rope. Grandfather, Mira asked, searching his face, do you think it will rain? I hope so, he said, careful with the words, but I do not know. Morning crept in with its usual dryness. Mr. Das tied his measuring tape around his neck and reached for his bag. Mira jumped up. I'll come with you, she said, and ran to the door. Before stepping outside, she turned back, grabbed a clay pot, and hugged it to her chest as if it were part of her plan all along. They crossed the lane. Neighbors paused at their thresholds, surprised. Why the pot, Mira? Someone called. She smiled, small but certain. Because we prayed for rain, she said, and I know it will come. Mr. Das looked down at the pot, then at his granddaughter. Something in him shifted, like a locked window nudged open from the inside. They walked past fields that remembered green, past the riverbed that remembered motion, past trees that remembered the weight of fruit. The sun climbed, and for a while the world stayed exactly as it had been, dry, still waiting. Then the wind changed. A cool breath slipped across the village. High above, a smudge appeared where the blue had been holed. Another smudge followed. Soon the sky gathered itself into thick, rolling sleeves of gray. Farmers stepped away from their tools to stare. Children ran to the lanes, hands outstretched. The first drop hit the dust and became a dark coin. Another drop, then a sweep of water, and the hard earth softened. As if someone had whispered a secret it had been longing to hear. Laughter burst from doorways. Women lifted their saris and spun. Men tilted their faces up like parched wells. Mr. Das pulled Mira close. She held out her pot, letting it fill, her grin bright as tin in sunlight. You had true faith, he whispered. She didn't answer. She didn't need to. The river, newly alive, said it for her as it braided itself back through stones. Fields, newly grateful, lifted their green heads. The rain did more than feed crops. It washed the dust off people's thinking. The villagers remembered that praying is only half of believing. The other half is preparing for the answers if it were already on its way. They had all asked, but only Mira had acted. Her little clay pot turned out to be a great sermon. When the storms passed and the days settled into a kinder rhythm, people came to the tailor's shop for mending and, quietly, for advice. How do we have faith like Mira? As they asked, Mr. Das would pause his needle and speak slowly, because true things deserve simple words. Faith is not loud. Faith does not shout at the sky. Faith sets the table before the guests arrive. It packs a lunch for the journey it cannot yet see. It does not argue with the weather report. It sharpens the sickle and checks the roof. To believe is to move your feet in the direction of your hope. Children understand this better than most. They don't divide the world into maybe and probably not the way adults do. They ask, then they act, then they watch. When we grow older, we learn to doubt as if doubt were wisdom, but doubt, left alone, only drains our courage. Confidence, coupled with preparation, multiplies it. In the months that followed, the village changed its habits. Before planting season, tools were oiled. Before prayer, plans were made. When someone spoke a dream aloud, start a school, dig a deeper well, build a grain store, people asked the most faithful question of all. What will we do today to make room for it? Mira kept her pot near the doorway, a quiet reminder. Whenever Mr. Das glanced at it, he felt that same unlocked window feeling in his chest. He stitched with lighter hands, he hummed while he worked. He had not learned that the sky would always say yes. He had learned something better, to meet the yes with readiness. Moral: true belief is not just asking, it is trusting enough to prepare. Doubt weakens effort, confidence strengthens it. When you truly believe in rain, you carry a pot. When you truly believe in your dream, you take the smallest, clearest step today, because faith without action is a wish, and faith with action becomes a path. If this story gave you a little courage to prepare for what you're praying for, consider subscribing for more gentle, inspiring tales. Your support helps these stories reach the people who need them most.